Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about forms driven methodology. HIPO is a form driven technology or technique. In this stand for are used to document of information. It consists of hierarchical chart that are associated a set of input process and output. You can say that the chart of input process and output can known as a HIPO. In this HIPO design we have some points to know. Those are given here. Provide a structure with the function a system can be understood. State functions to be performed. HIPO makes the transformation of input to output data visible. Moving to the next. HIPO. The procedure for generating HIPO diagram. Beginning at the highest level abstraction and define the input of the system. Then identify the processing steps by step through converting input to output. Document each of these elements using HIPO diagram notation. Identify sub-processing and their respective input and outputs. Continue decomposition until the process cannot be decomposed by any furthers. Now moving to the next. Structured walkthrough. Walkthrough or go through are the same, so structured walkthrough means that an activity of all phases structure of a project is project walkthrough. It is an interchange idea of among the peers who receive the production presented by its another and agree on the validity of proposed solution to a problem. Major development activities are database design, program design, system and program testing, system interface specifications. System testing. No program or system design is perfect, so we need to test them. Communication between the users and the designers is also clear. System testing makes a logical assumption that if all parts of the system are correct, testing or non-testing leads to an errors. Some basic terms about testing: unit testing, sequential or series testing, system testing, positive testing, acceptance testing. Unit testing is to test a unit of amount, is known as unit testing. Sequence is to checking the unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 as a sequence is known as sequential or series testing. Now system testing is the whole test of the system. Suppose you have made a software that does three functions, so the three functions which includes in the total software is known as a system, so the total software testing is known as a system testing. Now positive testing is making sure that the new programs do in the fact processing contains the transition or according to specifications. The conditions if occupied with the specification is known as positive testing. That means the result is positive. Acceptance is running the system with live data, that means live data by actual users. So if the actual users give the feedback is the acceptance. That means that if you are a Google user, you can see that you can be a beta tester. So in the beta tester section you are always be an acceptance testing section. What do we do for test? Here are some opportunities for testing: online response, volume, stress testing, recovery and security, usability. Online response means to test your software in the online. Many people can use your software with free and they will describe you about your problems and future scopes. This is online response. Now volume. Volume is the test the hardware and software functionality with a large volume data is known as volume testing. Stress testing. The purpose of stress testing is to prove that the candidate's system does not malfunction with the under peak loads. If the load is too much high, then if the software falls, so this is the stress testing. Recovery and security. If your data is lost, then can you recover it, or can you give your data and users the security is known in the recover and security section. Usability, documentation and procedure. This test verify the user-friendly nature of the system. Now moving to the next. Nature of data testing. The proper choice of test data is very important. So we can test by artificially and live. Artificially we can create some solutions, and in the live section the using of live section can generate problems and solution. Those are the nature of test data. Activity network work system. Prepare a test plan. Specify conditions. Prepare test data for program testing. Prepare test data for path. Plan user training. Compile or assembly programs. Prepare job performance aids. Prepare operation documents. These points are very important, so have a snap of this one. Type of system testing. There are program testing, string testing, system documentation, user acceptance testing, program testing. Check for two types of error: syntax and logic. We already know about syntax and logic. If you don't know, please check in our channel description. Now, string test. Testing a line of string is known as string testing. Now, system testing is the test of the whole system is known as system testing. System documentation. All the design and test design modules should be finalized and entered into library for future research and reference is known as system documentation. User acceptance testing. It verifies that the system procedures operates to the system specifications. Quality factors. Here are some quality factors are given below, which needs to done for better quality of your software. Now, those are very important sections. Please have a snap of those one. Here we have correctness, reliability, efficiency, usability, maintenance, testability, portability, accuracy, and error handling. Implementations. The most important part is implementation. You have made a software, done your testing, but if you didn't implement it, then nothing will happen. So implement of the computer system is to replace manual system. That means the system which is running now, remove that with or exchange that with a new system. Implement of new computer system to replace an existing one. That means you have both system. You have the running system in one office, and in another office you have the new system. Implement of modified application replace of existence. In this section you have old users, old machines and old functions in another office, and in new office you have the some modification configurations. So after that, if all the employees are accepting your new system, you can fully implement the new system in your office. Conversion. Now here we can see the creating computer capability files, training staff and installing terminals and hardwares is also known as the conversion part. Activity network for conversion. There are some points which are file conversion, parallel processing, result of computers, assuming no problem, and lastly, conversion of completed. User training and testing aids. In user training, user needs to have several things. If you buy a service, you will have always a user manual to know how to use it. So here we have firstly the user manual, then the help screen which occurs in the software section in any site, and then the data dictionary to help the users, and lastly the job aids. The job aids are trainings to familiar the software with the employees. Maintenance and enhancement. The maintenance of the software is very important. So there are some points written on how to maintain a software. Now you can have a snap of this one. UML, which stands for Unified Modeling Languages, is understand language for specify, visualize, constructing and documenting that efficient software system. UML was created by Object Management Group, which was OMG. UML was the version 1 specified draft was proposed to OMG on January 1997. UML has a direct relation with object-oriented analysis and designs. This UML section is very important for short questions. Have a snap of this. That's for now. Thank you.